Okay, let's get into this labor and delivery video. When I tell you that I'm the type of person to like plan and try to prepare everything, get that one here, everything in order as much as possible. Like I had the baby bag, diaper bag, like my bag, I had like everything planned. And I watched so many videos that was basically saying like how they didn't get to eat for this long gap of time, and I love to eat. I got tips right here. Like I had it so planned out in my head. I was like, baby, I'm gonna eat before I go to the hospital. No matter where we are, what we doing, like I'm gonna get food before I go. Like the day that we're doing this. Like it just didn't go as planned. And then I just joined the group of being hungry the whole time because baby, I was hungry. I was starving. I was actually starving. Let's get into how this all happened. Where do I start? So, it was August 3rd. I had a regular, I had a bunch of appointments that day, but they were all like the usual appointments. It was not. So that morning, I got up kind of late and I ate cereal at like 10. I had a non-stress test, which is like the test where they put the straps on your belly and they pretty much, like, you know, they're monitoring contractions, baby movement, all that. And that was scheduled for 1 o'clock. So I ate late breakfast at 10, and I was like, you know what? After my appointment, which is at 1, because I left the house at 12. So I ate at 10, got dressed, got ready, and left at 12. But I was like, I'm not really hungry, you know. At 12, I wasn't really hungry because I had just ate at 10. So I was like, I'm gonna be good. Like, you know what? I'm gonna get Chipotle after this appointment. I'm going straight to Chipotle. Like, I was, if you know me, that is like, besides pizza, it's like one of my favorites. Like, I love Chipotle. I didn't get Chipotle until the next day. It was crazy. It was just, child, it didn't go as planned. Like, so I left at 12. Get there. I go to my non-stress test. Clear my throat. Finna give you this. Get this dance. Cause this was, I was hungry. Like that. That was what I was really most upset about, to be honest. Like, I like to eat and I don't like to be hungry, and I was very hungry. Left at 12, appointment at 1. Got there 12:30, early as usual. It was lunchtime. And so I was like, okay, whatever, cool. Sit, wait, talk on the phone, kiki, videos, TikTok. So 1 o'clock comes. They're like, oh, you know, they're still setting up. So I'm like, okay, my appointment was for 1. Like, y'all still setting up. I ain't tripping though. I'm like, whatever. I'm still on the phone. Maybe like 1:15 or 1:20 or something. They was like ready, and it was me and another lady. We was both had been sitting there. Like, they told both of us that I guess we was only 1 o'clock because they was talking to us, telling us like, oh, we coming right back, right? Okay. So then they called both of us back at the same time. I was in this room, she was in this room. We're doing the same thing. Stress test, right? Basically, we have to sit there for like 30 minutes on the little monitor, just waiting it out. And then at the end, they tell us the results. Like, oh, the results are clear. The baby did what we needed to do. We saw, what we need to see. And then she kind of like sat down before me. So basically, when she sat down, her results was read, and it was like we were like this, and like the rooms were like, is it a curtain or like a sliding door? I think it was a curtain. Either way, I could hear everything that happened in her room. Stressed me out. That stressed me out. Probably why this all happened. I don't know. I was a little stressed out because that was kind of sad, and it kind of. Let me tell you. So I'm sitting in my room. She's sitting in her room. Her test finishes, and the doctor go back in there. And then so they're like, we're gonna go ahead and on the stress test, like basically, I think the baby has to move a certain amount of times or something like that, and the baby didn't. So she was like, "Oh, since the baby's not moving, you know, the amount of times we need, we're gonna go ahead and send you in the next room." Which this room, her, this me, and then this room right here, right next door is the ultrasound like machine. She's like, "So we're gonna have to go ahead and send you to the little room right there, and then we're gonna go ahead and do ultrasound and make sure the baby's good." Sent her in there. They come into my room and I hear them doing that, and then they come into my room and they basically tell me the same thing. But actually, I wasn't really that shocked because he doesn't really move. He's a night owl, and he is currently still a night owl. He did not move during the day a lot. Like at night was when he was tussling. We tussling all night. During the day, slump. Just like he is now. Like he sleeps all day long and we party all night. Truth is I'm tired and sing. Baby. So she goes into the ultrasound room. They do her ultrasound and they basically tell her that I guess like they weren't seeing they were looking. So when you go into the ultrasound room, they start looking for specific things like breathing, I forgot what, the heart rate, movement. It was like a list of specific things that they have to see in order for you to be like, you're good to go. So I guess like she basically told her that the breathing was not, it wasn't looking like he was breathing correctly or something like that. So that she's gonna have to be sent to, I think it's OPD, something like. Don't quote me. You have to be sent to the hospital, the other hospital area where it's shit getting real. That's what we getting sent to, where shit getting real. So they tell her that, and like I was like, oh my god, like the baby's not like breathing correctly. Like I'm scared. Like I'm next. So then they tell me that, you know, I go into that room, whatever, and she's looking at the ultrasound, getting all her little tests, doing all what to do. And then he's breathing. He wasn't moving because he was asleep. And they, what did they call that thing? Like a buzzer? She said, I think it was a buzzer. Like she asked if I mind if they buzz the baby. And I was like, you should see my face. So she said, I was about to say, fuck no. I'm ready to go. I'm not finna buzz shit. But then like she re-explained it to me like, oh, and let me explain it to you. Like it's just a little vibration. Like it's like this big. And she's like, I can do it to your hand so you can see like it doesn't hurt you and it doesn't hurt the baby. It's just a little vibration. She puts it on my hand and it literally was a vibration, like that. And it wasn't like a shocking, it was just like vibrating. I was like, oh, I need to give it a new name because that was something. It's a buzzer. I'm finna get the buzzer. You're not finna buzz shit over here. Like that sound like it hurt me and it sound like it hurt him. No. But it was not that dramatic. It just sounded bad. So I'm like, okay, cool. She said, do you mind if I buzz him just to try to see if we can get him to wake up a little bit? So she buzzed my stomach, and of course, I think he moved like a little late. Like he heard the buzzer. Like he was like, what the fuck? He moved, and she saw the movement that she needed to see. Like he moved enough. She was like, okay, everything looks good. Breathing, moving, da-da-da-da. Heartbeat, everything. Sends me on my way. So she's like, okay, you're good to go. And then I also had an OB appointment. So I had the stress test, the non-stress test, and then I had the my regular OB appointment, regular Wednesday. I go, so after I'm walking my way onto my OB appointment, when I get to the OB appointment, I check in, and then basically I'm sitting down, and then I think she's like a nurse assistant. She comes out and she's like, oh, the doctor that reviewed your results over there when you were doing the ultrasound, he said that like at the end of your ultrasound, like when they were tracking and they were looking at the baby's heartbeat, it looked like it was decreasing. So since he noticed like it was like pretty steady the whole time, but towards the end of it, it looked like it was going down a little bit, like going down and up and like going down. They want to monitor that. So we're gonna have you go check into wherever that lady went. what the heck that little area was called, but where I saw that lady. But I feel like it was just crazy. So they said that, I think I don't know where the heck the little area is, but whatever. They told me to head to that area. But it was just like, when I was sitting in that chair and she was telling me how that, I was like, wait, I just left from over there, like, slow down, like, they just told me everything was fine, and now you're saying they reviewed something and his heartbeat was decreasing, like, and now I need to go over there. And I was just like, I was like, okay, I was struggling to process what she was saying. I was like, okay, and like she was like, yes, she told me all of that, and then she was like, go down the hallway, go to the 6th floor, go to take the elevator. That, like, she told me all of that and told me directions, and I was like, you said what is going on, like, and I'm like, and exactly where am I going and why am I going? Like, I made her repeat it like several times because I was just like, I'm going over there because what? I was like, okay, because you're saying that his heartbeat was decreasing whenever I just left there, and they told me everything's fine. So I'm like, okay. Like, I'm so confused. Okay, so I'm like, okay, tell me how to get there. So I'm like really stuck. I'm like, okay, down the hallway, make the right, take the elevator, go down to the 2nd floor, walk down, take the next elevator, go to it was like some long ass, and I was like, okay. So I got there, right, and then I'm like, I get there and the lady's like, hi. I'm like, hi, they sent me here. And she's like, do you know why they sent you here? And I'm like, they sent me here for extra monitoring. That's what they told me, that his heartbeat was dropping and it needed to be monitored. That's what they said. And so I sat down. So after she was like, okay, and then she put everything in. She was like, okay, we'll call your name. Literally a room full of people, and I'm just like, I sat down for all of 2 seconds. Like, as soon as I sat down, I was like, I'm scared. Because why y'all coming this fast? Why y'all taking this so serious? Why y'all moving me so fast? Like, I don't want to deliver. I'm scared. I'm hungry. I'm scared and I'm hungry. This is not his due date. I'm scared. I got weeks to go. Weeks. I'm scared. So I'm like, okay. Yes. Get my little stuff up. It's me. So, I walk my little stuff over there, and I'm like, okay, so what kind of, monitoring are we about to do? And then they basically tell me, like, okay, they want to monitor the baby's heartbeat. So they put me back on the same, kind of like the stress test. The same 2 straps go around your belly, which monitor contractions and monitor his heartbeat. And it stays on the screen, both of those. And then go crazy with that, they finna bust in the room. So I'm like, okay, I'm in there, and they run my blood pressure. I don't know if I made my own blood pressure high or it was just really just baby boy. I don't know. But I was there, and they're doing the test and everything, and I'm just like, is everything okay? Is he okay? I'm looking at the screen. Like, at this point, I've done this test so many times, I'm looking at the screen. I can see his heartbeat, and his heartbeat looks fine. Like, I'm like, there's nothing wrong with his heartbeat. Like, he's bumping. Like, he turning up in it. So I'm just looking at it, I'm just confused. Like, okay, they're finna send me home because, this is Gucci. He doing great. He's thriving. That lady come in there, that doctor come in there, and she was just like, we're gonna give your blood pressure another run in like 5 minutes, but your blood pressure's really high. So we're gonna give you a few seconds, and then we're gonna come back and run it again. And I was like, okay. Yeah, sometimes they have to run it again. Like, after I just walked the whole hospital, I'd be out of breath and I'm struggling. So then when they run it the second time, it's good. And I was like, okay, cool. She runs it again. I don't even, it was so much happened that day. I really don't remember. I just know the numbers was like 160 over something. Like, it was just, and she was like, yeah, no, your blood pressure is still high. We're going to go ahead and have to keep you here, and we're going to have to get your blood pressure down. Like, we're going to have to go ahead and run an IV and get some medicine in you and try to get your blood pressure down. And at this point, I'm like, okay. And another doctor comes in and she's like, so at this point, whenever your blood pressure is this high, we are going ahead and diagnosing you with preeclampsia, and we're gonna go ahead and induce you. We're gonna have to take the baby out. Like, the baby cannot stay in. It's not safe, for you with this high blood pressure, and it's not safe for him. And I'm like, I'm having a baby today. And at this point, the time was probably like, I have no idea what time it was, because probably like 4 or 5. Probably like, let me see, what time did I oh yeah, so it was like 2 o'clock when I had finally got to the OB appointment, and that's when she had sent me off. And then it was like, after I've been over there and they doing all these scans and stuff, it was probably like 4. Yeah, it's probably like 4 o'clock. And I'm just like, okay, so, and then but you should have seen the before that doctor had said that it was a nurse, and she was just like, the way she came in, she was like, so how do you feel about, having a baby today? I'm looking like, bitch, please, bitch, bye. No, I'm not having a baby today. Not doing it. You're tripping. Unhook this shit, I'm gonna leave. And she was like, yeah, we're gonna have to induce you today. And it was just how she said it. I was like, you're joking. Where's the ha-ha? Funny ha-ha. It was not funny ha-ha. I was crying. I was shook it. I was like, what? And that was dead ass. I was like, okay, we're having a baby today. So I call my husband and I'm like, I'm not leaving. They're gonna induce me. My blood pressure's through the ceiling, and we're about to have a baby. So if you can, go home and get the bags that are on the couch. Bring the car seat. We're having a baby today. Girl, child, I was like, what? I was shook. I was shook for a minute. So I told him that, and then after I was just laying in that room. They're like, yeah, they ran my IVs, and it was just, and they put me in the wheelchair, and I remember I was getting in the wheelchair, and to go to labor and delivery. And then I see the lady that, which thank God, and I'm so happy for her. I see the lady that came in there, the lady that came from where I came from. We went through all the same steps. They sent her on, the baby was fine, blood pressure, everything went peachy, and they tell her, she was good to go, for the day. And I was sitting in the wheelchair, and I was just like, I'm about to go deliver my baby, and she's going home. And it's 4 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock. I was shook. I was shook for a very long time. So we get to my room or whatever. Get settled in. I see 50 million doctors, nurses. I don't know. I just saw so many people. They're just coming in and they're telling me, hi, I'm such and such. I'm going to do this. I'm going to check this. And I'm just sitting there they're just, I didn't even get to talk with my OB about everything that's gonna happen on the day of delivery. I didn't even get to run that down with her. I had the baby before that, and it was just, we didn't make it. So they immediately offered me the epidural 5,000 times. It was handing it out like candy, and I turned it down every time. I was like, no, no. I was scared. When I say I was just scared the whole time. I was scared. I had been scared to deliver this baby the whole time, and it actually was happening that day. So I get into that room. I met a whole bunch of nurses, nurse aides, nurse assistants, everything. I'm like, so I can't eat. They're like, no, you can't eat. I'm sorry. I was most upset about the Chipotle the whole time. So my husband comes, he shows up with everything, and we're just in the room, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start Pitocin. We're just going to, you know, start giving you contractions, yada yada yada, and start the labor. And it's like 7 p.m. whenever they 7 p.m. whenever they said that. I'm like, okay, she's hooks the Pitocin up, and I don't feel jack. I'm thinking it's about to go down and the baby about to come out, but I don't feel jack and nothing's happening. I'm looking like, she's like, you don't feel that contraction? Like, they come in every 30 minutes and she upped the Pitocin every time. She asked me how I was doing and if I needed epidural. I was doing great every time, and I didn't need epidural every time. So I was like, okay. They kept upping every 30 minutes. She would up the Pitocin, up. And what time was it? I think midnight. She came in again and she asked me if I wanted them to break my water. Like, she said that they did the check inside and I was still 1 centimeter dilated, and it was just like I think she said it was like soft or something. Like, I don't remember. I just know she said like if I wanted, they could burst my water, and I was scared, so I said no. I was like, no, that doesn't sound natural. No. So I know, I think it was at 12. They also she offered me the Foley balloon, and I was like, okay. She said it's gonna make me dilate to 4 centimeters and it'll just fall out, so like I can go to the bathroom and do all that. And I did. And at 4 a.m. they came in and she's like, we're just gonna check and see, you know, how things are going. And she's feeling inside of there, and it just felt so uncomfortable. And then like the Foley balloon kind of fell out, and then she was like, yeah, it feels like it's kind of coming out. And then she took it out. She took it out, and it was I was 4 centimeters. And it was just after that, I think they came in. Oh, no. At the 4 a.m., there was like, she was just like, they basically told me that like they needed to break my water, like in order to get things going, because it was not going fast enough. So I was like, okay, I guess so. Like, if I have to get my water broken, let's do it. So she broke it. But at this point, I was already at the 20 on the little machine of the Pitocin. And my friend was texting me. She's like, oh, God, yeah, girl, when you hit 20 and you still good, you don't need no epidural. I don't know if this is because, like, they broke my water, or, like, if this is just the pain you feel when your water breaks naturally, or when they do it. I don't know if it's the same or not, but when they broke it, I was immediately feeling, like, I had felt no contractions, like, the whole time. I didn't feel nothing the whole time until they broke my water. Was when it went crazy. I was like, oh my god. Like, that's how it was so painful. And I was like, oh my goodness, I can't do this for however many hours I have to do this. I didn't know how many hours I was gonna have to do it, and I was like, I can't do whatever amount of hours. I was like, unless he's coming out in like an hour, okay, I can do this for an hour. But I was only forced, and I was like, oh no, I think I was 5. I got to 5, and then like I was 5 when they checked at whatever time, and I was just like, I can't do this pain. I can't do this for hours. Epidural me now. Like yesterday, I couldn't do it. And it's 5 centimeters. I got the epidural at 5 centimeters, and it was probably like 5 a.m. or something like that. And then epidural. I had staff do my epidural, and baby, it was done perfect. When I tell you perfection, whew, baby didn't feel a thing. Like, when I tell you, I went to sleep. I was tired. I went to sleep. Also, 5 a.m. still no food. Last time I ate was 10 a.m. the day before. Okay, just tracking, just time check. Okay. No contractions. I don't feel anything. Feels great. I go to sleep. Wake up at 7 a.m. They're like, hi, shift change. We're just going to go ahead and check and see how things are progressing. And they go ahead and look, and I'm like, okay. They're like, how do you feel? But like, from like, I think it was like maybe like 6, from like 6 to like 7 or something. I don't know. I just felt pressure. I felt like I had to poop. That's what I felt like. I was like, I feel like I had to poop. I feel like I told the lady that, but I don't know. I think they were waiting for them to do the check. They were going to check. But I just kept feeling like I had to poop. It was weird. I was like, I feel like I had to poop. I'm scared I'm gonna poop my baby's head. I feel like I had to poop. And then at 7 a.m., like I told the lady again, I'm like, I feel like I have to poop. Like I really feel like I have to poop. Like I don't think I can hold it. Like I just feel like I have to poop. And she checked and she's like, oh, it's time. It's time to push, baby. It's time to push. I'm like, what? Like it's time? She's like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get everything set up and we'll get the doctors in here and da da da. And I'm like, it's time, like, cause I gotta push now. Like I feel like I have to. I'm myself. Like I have to push. Like I can't. It was the hardest part was like holding and not pushing. This video gonna be long. I'm gonna try to keep it 5 more minutes. I'm speeding it up. I'm getting to the delivery. So it's like, so 7 a.m. and she says like, oh yeah, it's time, baby. So they get me set up and they get everything going and they're like, it's like 7:10. She's like, we're gonna work on some practice pushes. You know, we're gonna practice and show you how to breathe and do all of it, right? Child, I was like, okay. She was like, well. They teach me all this stuff, hold your breath, push all that, and all that. I did 2 practice pushes. The lady was like, stop. She's like, oh, you're a great pusher. Let me go get the doctor. Like, how you gonna tell me to practice push? No, I'm finna deliver. I don't have time to practice. I don't have time to play. Get this baby out. Like, I was so uncomfortable. I was like, I need him out. Like, get him out now. Like, I need to push now. I don't have another now. So I'm just like, okay, get the doctor because it's time. So it's 7:20. It's time to push. I probably did like, I recorded it. I really need to watch the video and count how many times I pushed. I probably pushed like 5 times and he was here. So we started at like, but they had you like, there was times they told you not to push and it was just like, that was the hardest part, was like holding and I was struggling not to push. Like I wanted to just push the whole time, like get him out. But I, 7:20 we started, 7:40 he was delivered. That baby was out. I pushed maybe like, I don't know, 5 times. Definitely not 10. Did a whole little, okay, breathe, push, all that. We did that for like 20 minutes. He was out. 20 minutes of actually pushing and he was out. He was added in. And let me check my notes real quick if I missed anything. No, I think I got it all. 20 minutes he was out of there and he was a preemie baby. He was 5 pounds 7 ounces, very small, and he towed my shit up, tow it up. I had stitches up top, stitches at the bottom, tow it up. Child, I was tiny and they had to stitch me back up and now I'm tiny still. Like I'm like, I couldn't imagine y'all be delivering 8-pound babies. Y'all be delivering 10-pound babies. Baby, I delivered a 5-pound baby and told me that. I'm scared to deliver anything bigger. Bigger could have just ended me. Finish him. Like, you're done. It was one hell of a delivery and I was just ready to eat. I was starving. It is 7 in the morning. I had ate since 10 the day before. Like, I didn't eat for another couple hours because they had to get me out that room and stuff. And baby boy was here and he was healthy. They sent him home with me. I stayed like 3 days there to make sure I recovered from the stitches and then make sure that, you know, he was keeping his body temperature and his weight was, you know, he was eating and all of that. Like they had to check on everything and he was great and I was great. And we was out of there 3 days. I had great service, like the doctors, everybody was amazing. They took, I ate a whole bunch of popsicles. Remember I said I couldn't eat nothing but ice, water. I could drink water, eat ice, and popsicles. Oh, they let me have a little soup boil. It was liquid. Like I could only have liquids. I couldn't have no food and popsicle. I ate like a whole bunch of popsicles throughout the night because I was hungry. I was like, keep bringing that popsicle. Keep bringing another popsicle. I was hungry. But that is how baby boy came into this world. Spur of the moment. I went in and So everything, even though I had planned that I was, no matter what I was gonna do, I was gonna go get food and go to the hospital, it didn't happen that way because that day I did not know I was gonna stay. But that's my labor and delivery story. I'll have to make another video on where I packed in my bags, but if you have me on TikTok, I made videos of where I packed my bag and baby boy's bag. Pressedprincessdy. I'll put everything in the description below. Follow me on all my social media and we can talk about it. Comment down below and we can talk about it.